Hi guys, Master Richard here at All Rise Martial Arts, and don't worry, Mr. Rubin is here too. I'm going to be showing just two very simple armbar submissions today, but along with it, I'm going to show a couple of solo drills that should help you with the movement of these submissions. So the first one is going to be our 90-90 or S-mount switches. I'm going to start with my legs extended, and I'm going to bend my knees in the same direction to the side of my body, trying to tuck one leg a little bit behind and keep one leg forward into this kind of S shape or 90-90 shape. The cue that I want to focus on in this exercise is not only getting into this S mount, but also bringing my chest and torso forward, kind of hinging forward in this bowing mechanic. And so once I go to one side, I can straighten my legs, switch, and go to the other side. Again, bringing my chest and torso forward. So I'm just going to go back and forth, S mount on one side or 90-90 on the other side, and every time bringing my chest down to my legs. So this is a movement that you can do on your own and maybe just for a minute or two, and it'll help increase just your comfort in this position, but also hopefully a little bit of your flexibility and your range of motion in that lead hip. So that's our 90-90 or our S mount exchanges. For our first armbar, we're going to be attacking the arm lock from mount. Just for the purposes of this drill, my training partner is going to have both arms extended with their hands closed just for safety here. So this is called our CPR armbar or our S-mount armbar. If I identify I'm going to attack Mr. Rubin's right arm, I'm going to use my right hand on the center of his chest with my fingers facing up. My left hand is going to wrap over his arm, and I go overlapping my palm here almost to this CPR position, and I'm wrapping around the arm that I'm planning to attack. So this is our basic starting position for the CPR or S-mount armbar. I'm dividing this into 7 different cues, all starting with the letter S. So the 7 S's of the S-mount armbar. The first one is going to be to step. I want to use the foot on the opposite side of the arm that I'm attacking. So if I'm attacking Mr. Rubin's right arm, it's going to be my right leg. I'm going to step up with my heel relatively close to Mr. Rubin's belt line and ribs. Next S is going to be to slide. I'm going to bring my weight forward onto my hands so that my knee gets a little bit lighter. I'm going to slide my knee up above Mr. Rubin's head as high as I can here. The next cue for me to do is going to be to swivel. I'm going to turn my body perpendicular facing across Mr. Rubin's body. And then after I swivel, I'm going to bend my knee and tuck my foot into this S-mount position, just like we did on our solo drill. A very important concept here is not to sit backwards. I want to lean forward, just like we did on our drill. Next, S for us is secure. I want to think about hugging Mr. Rubin's arm, and especially his elbow, towards my upper body. So I secure by leaning forward and hugging his arm here. The next S is going to be to swing. I'm going to swing my top leg over Mr. Rubin's head so I can get into that classic armbar looking position. My leg comes over, and then my last S is to sit. Once I sit to the ground here, I want to make sure my feet are tucking close, biting close to Mr. Rubin's body. My knees are pinched together, pinching his arm, and I'm still hugging his arm in this position. To finish the armbar, I'm going to lay back and extend Mr. Rubin's arm with the thumb facing up to the ceiling. And if I need to, as I hug his arm, I'm going to give a slight bridge until he taps. That's our basic S-mount armbar. So one more time, just from another angle. Remember our 7 S's here. I start with my hands in that nice CPR position. Number 1, step. Number 2, slide. Number 3, swivel. Number 4, tuck my leg, S-mount. Number 5, secure. Number 6, swing. Number 7, sit. And remember my finishing details, pinch the knees, bite the feet. As I lay back, I make sure Mr. Rubin's thumb is pointing up, and I bridge into his elbow to finish our 7 S's of the S-mount armbar. For our second solo drill, we're going to be on our back side and working on what I call a hip hop or a hip raise position. So if I'm laying flat on my back with my knees bent, I'm going to open my arms about 45 degrees out from my hips. The cue I want to think about here is lifting my hips and bringing my knees in towards my chest. So as my hips come up, I'm going to tilt my body or swivel my body towards one of my arms, and then I can lower my hips. I'm going to raise my hips again, swivel, and go towards the other arm. And so I can go back and forth, raising my hips, rocking my hips up in the air, and turning from one side, swiveling from one side to the other side. Just like with our 90-90 solo drill, this one you can do for a minute or two. Start to develop not only the core strength of this position, but that kind of mental cue of swiveling my hips and swiveling my upper body. So those are our hip raises or hip hops. Our second armbar is going to be from a closed guard position. This is a very traditional armbar from the guard. So I'm going to start with control on the arm that I'm trying to attack. Again, I'm going to go for Mr. Rubin's right arm here. So I'm going to go for a same side wrist control and a cross side elbow control. I'm going to go over Mr. Rubin's elbow line here. To free this arm, sometimes I'll do a little bridge, and then as I lower my hips, I'm going to lift his arm just slightly and bring it across. I want to think about getting his elbow right around my belly button, and his the arm that I'm attacking, his hand right around my shoulder area here. So that's our first idea, is dragging the arm across to my shoulder. Now I'm going to look to cross my arm. So I keep the grip on the elbow. I'm going to release the wrist and reach up, crossing to get Mr. Rubin's shoulder. If I can grab the gi material here, that'll give me a nice secure grip, but sometimes I'll just cup the shoulder. I want to pull Mr. Rubin's shoulder down to break his posture. I can also use my legs to facilitate that posture break. Now is the time. Now I'm controlling his posture with my arms. I'm going to open my guard. I'm going to step my left leg, which is the same side as the arm I'm attacking, my left leg towards Mr. Rubin's hip. This is going to be our toughest detail. I'm going to swivel my head towards Mr. Rubin's knees as I kick my leg and kind of rock my hips up in the air to bite my first leg. So I swivel and I kick. I want to get my knee up towards Mr. Rubin's armpit, and then I can bite my heel down on this side. Now I'm much more perpendicular with Mr. Rubin's head. I can use the hand on Mr. Rubin's shoulder just briefly if I need to frame on his head, and then I'm going to swing my leg over his head, biting my heels down, and I have already the arm in a fairly extended position. If I need to finish here, I kick my heels down and I bridge, and that's a very traditional closed guard armbar. So one more time, just from another angle here. Again, I'm going to attach same side to Mr. Rubin's wrist and then cross side across the elbow here. Sometimes their arm can be a little sticky here, so that's why I use my body to bridge. As I lower my hips, I can drag his arm across. You can use a gi grip here on the sleeve to keep it nice and secure. That's totally fine. Think about the elbow on the hip, the hand by your shoulder, and then I want to reach up, crossing my arm to Mr. Rubin's shoulder line here. If I can get gi material, that's always nice. I pull him forward, also using my legs here, break the posture, and then I can open my guard. I step on the hip, using this pressure on the hip to help facilitate my swivel as I kick my leg up and rock my hip. So I need to turn my body about 90 degrees to the side. Now I'm looking in towards Mr. Rubin's ear. My leg comes up, bites across his shoulder blades. I push on his head, swing across his head here. Now I have two legs over, and then I can go 2-on-1 on the arm, bridge, and get my finish. Nice and easy, traditional closed guard armbar. So hopefully these drills can help you both on your own and with your training partner to improve your arm bars. I'm Master Richard, this is Mr. Rubin, and have a great day.